Colorado freshman QB has business plan for success under Deion Sanders. Colorado freshman quarterback Julian "Juju" Lewis doesn't turn 18 years old until September and still needs to add more beef to a body that weighs less than 200 pounds. But he's already in the middle of the biggest storyline of the season for his new head coach, Deion Sanders. As a top recruit out of Carrollton, Georgia, Lewis also has a business agent, his own branded line of merchandise, and an ownership stake in a company that aims to democratize name, image, and likeness deals for college players, nil. In many ways, this makes him the poster child of this wild new era of college sports. His father even makes sure he knows his roles. He's always reminding me that I have two jobs, QB and entrepreneur, Lewis said. Lewis agreed to discuss these dual ambitions in an email interview with USA Today Sports. Both roles are being boosted by a company that he partly owns called FansTake, where fans can pay to lure recruits to their favorite college teams by contributing to their nil deals. By the end of June, Lewis said he plans to announce at least 3 other equity deals besides FansTake and will have 4 other active nil deals before the season. Beyond that, Lewis hopes to win the battle to replace Deion Sanders as CU's next starting quarterback and then use FansTake as a tool to lure top recruits to Colorado. The goal is to seize all of these opportunities in Boulder, where the spotlight will include at least 4 CU games on ESPN or Fox in the first month of the season, but with no guarantee that Lewis will play in any of them. Lewis part of battle to replace Deion Sanders. After Lewis signed with Colorado December 4th, Liberty transfer quarterback Deion Sanders committed to CU 2 weeks later with 1 season of college eligibility remaining. Did Lewis know when he committed to CU that the Buffaloes would bring in another QB for 2025? Might he split time with Salter this season or consider redshirting? The interview was edited for clarity and length and was arranged through the company. End of proof. USA Today Sports. Before you committed and signed with CU late last year, did you know CU might later bring in a transfer QB? Coach Prime runs this like an NFL team, Lewis said. Plus, every program in college football is always going to try and get better and have depth at every position. You can't even prepare for the season without enough QBs on the roster. End of proof. What did CU say about maybe bringing in another QB before you signed with CU? CU is about development and competition, Lewis said. The only thing I was looking for as a recruit was to be coached by great coaches and have an opportunity to compete as a freshman. I've been competing for QB jobs since I was 7. I joined a team at 10 that already had a QB. I competed every day against the guy who was there, and we ended up winning the Battle Youth National Championship that season, and I threw 70 touchdown passes. Lewis also provided a reminder that he competed for the starting job in high school, too, where he played for the Carrollton Trojans in Georgia. Carrollton had kids who grew up wanting to be Trojans, and I moved there, Lewis said. I wasn't recruited by Coach Joey King or asked to come. I made a decision to go and compete at the end of 7th grade. Then, going into 9th grade, I had to compete again for the varsity job. I'm not the kid who was ever handed jobs. My story is different. People just see the results and assume I've had some easy path. Other guys' dads coach teams, and they were automatically the QB when Lewis was younger. My dad took me to the hardest coaches and toughest programs, and I always had to earn it. Anything different, and this wouldn't be my story. End of proof. Do you see CU picking 1 QB to go with in the fall season, or maybe playing at least 2 on a situational basis because you have different styles? Coach Prime and Coach Pat Shermer are going to put me in the best position to develop and our team in the best position to win. I have total faith in that. And I've got a lot of work to do in a little bit of time. So I'm ready when my coaches say I'm ready. End of proof. Do you plan to add a certain amount of weight as some new players do out of high school? I've gained 15 pounds since January, Lewis wrote. I'll probably put on whatever I can add before we get into pads, and that will be what it is for this season. Lewis is now up to 198 pounds on his 6'1" frame. He normally would be headed into his senior season of high school in 2025, but he reclassified to start college a year earlier. End of proof. How is your nil business going, and how important is that to your college career?